What is going on, guys? Hope you're having an incredible day so far. We have a value-packed video for you guys today, focusing on landing pages and how to actually increase your conversion rate properly and have a proper store layout as well. Watch the entire video. You're going to be very, very happy you did, and I bet you get some incredible hacks that actually increase the conversion rate on your store as well. As we scroll down here, we see inconsistency of spacing. Without congruency, you are going to have a scattered looking landing page that doesn't look attractive. And I'm telling you, people will X off more consistently and you'll have a higher bounce rate. The stuff that I'm telling you here is not to just, pick on you or, call you out for a random reason. No, this stuff is the principles that will impact your conversion on every business you ever make ever. Okay. And you need to get it right on the foundationals. So first and foremost, you need to make sure that your spacing is congruent. You see how big of this space is compared to this one? We got here, then you got this pushed to the side. See, you can't have text that looks like this, okay? Please make the spacing between each of these image assets congruent, okay? Congruency sells, and that's what's going to work here. Okay, now we see here, you're pushed all the way to the right, okay? I'm a stickler when it comes to congruency, and I need you to make sure that the lines are spaced properly as well. If you go to buy from Dick's Sporting Goods, you go to buy from Macy's, you go to buy from Amazon, and you see a bunch of typos and missed lines, you're not going to be very, very happy to buy from these individuals. Okay. So it's important that you make sure that not only is your spacing congruent, but also your line and text congruency is evenly aligned, guys. Okay. It's very broad, right? You're being very bland here. Okay. So what I'm going to have you do is please add a lot more context to this. Okay, this needs a lot more context. Fix this line spacing right here. Add more legitimate actual context right here. Remember our 3-concept description, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Our 3-concept description is extremely, extremely important, okay? Pitch, benefits, relatable story. And it's important you guys understand that I'm not just saying this for my own health, okay? The reason that we are doing the 3-concept description is because you're trying to tell a story to the consumer. It's important you guys understand that when you start off with a pitch, you're warming them up to be closed, okay? Pitch is giving them an understanding of what's going on. What is the product about? Why do they need the product? Then, Lena, you're going to be breaking into beneficial terms, okay? Beneficial terms are going to be talking about why this product is needed in their life and how it will affect their life. Remember, we're not talking about specific features. We're talking about benefits. There's a large difference when we're talking about impulse buying. A few words that are read inside of a mind can dictate whether a person is going to buy or not. And you need to understand that every word that you choose when dealing with an impulse buy is going to dictate your sale. Let's say we're selling a $5,000 camera. Then it's less important, okay? Because they already know what they want. They've done their research. They understand what it is, and they know that they want to buy it. With impulse buying, every move you make is going to dictate your conversion rate. And it's super, super important you guys don't neglect the small things, okay? So Lena, please go ahead and start off with creating a bit of a better pitch in the beginning. 5 to 8 sentences explaining why this product is needed for them. Okay, I like how you have the quote at the top. That's good. That's very Boom by Cindy Joseph, Ezra Firestone style, which is great, but you need to have the structure that I'm talking about. Secondly, what you need to have, instead of just these small little bullet points, you need to have beneficial terms, okay? We should have 5 to 8 bullet points, okay, with benefits, and then explaining each of the benefits in depth as to why they are beneficial, okay? People don't want to hear, it's good for campfires, okay? Why is it good? You'll be super, super warm, and you don't have to go ahead and wear your clothes out there to get smelly, right? You could just simply wear our plush pullover hoodie and put it in the wash with ease, and you'll never have another piece of clothing that smells like firewood ever again. It's a big thing, okay? And that's just off the top of the head. There's a lot of things that you can actually think about to go ahead and make it seem more beneficial for your consumer. Don't underestimate the power of beneficial text compared to feature text. Whenever I look at someone's store outside of Beyond Six Figures or so in some other program, a lot of these people are talking about features. A lot of these people are not going in depth, and a lot of these people are not showcasing other people's opinions on the product on their landing page. All they're doing is putting testimonials in their ad videos, which is great, but they're not carrying that principle over to their landing page. A lot of people tend to forget the ad video is where it starts. The landing page is where it ends. Okay, these are good photos. Okay, great. But you just need to go more in depth here. You need to have more of a relatable story here. Okay, a relatable story is 5 to 8 sentences as to why the product will be a great fit for this person's individual life. You have to explain to them and have them envision themselves using the product. Envisioning is half the battle of getting someone to actually buy the product. No one's going to buy a product that they can't picture themselves using. And if you give them a little head start and help them picture themselves use the product, you're one step closer to getting them to close. Okay. This is all psychological. Okay. So many people forget that psychological understanding in e-commerce is half the battle of actually closing deals. Okay. It's not just about having a winning product and whatnot. You need to make sure you're triggering the psychological points that we're talking about here. Okay. And it's not just for this specific landing page, but for any landing page that you create. Okay. So first and foremost, I need you to remove the variant selector toward the bottom here. Okay. Because when you have multiple variant selectors, you're just adding more choice for the consumer. Also, okay, as you can see, you already have one up here. Remove it from the bottom, please. You don't need double variants. Okay. Now, with that being said as well, I'd also recommend that you get your spacing and congruency also in line. Okay. As you can see, we have like maybe an inch here and maybe 2 inches here of space. Okay. So you definitely want to have that change throughout the consistency. Now, what you did well here is what Lena should have done in the first place as well. She should have done something a bit like this. Okay. This is proper structure. This is what gets people to buy. Okay. This is convenient to read. This is nice to read. This is consistent with the whole product landing page flow. Again, you have a bit of proper spacing here, but overall it's pretty inconsistent. Okay. So I'm going to want you to add a bit more of context to it. And also you don't have to center align everything. Okay. Center aligning, some things make it look better than others. Okay. If you don't really want to center align, everything if you don't have to. So I would play around with the center aligning and put, more to the left and also give it a better white labeled name. Okay. I like Baby Station, but you want to put like Baby Station and then dash and then give a little kind of a blurb about the product. Baby Station, your one-stop changing shop. Something like that. Okay, a little bit of a slogan for me. Please remove the PayPal button from here. Perrine, please. Okay, this should only be on the checkout page if possible. Okay, buy it now. I like to be full green and like not just transparent, full green, please. Okay, this is a bit blurry. So please go ahead and get the one from the Dropbox folder and download it and upload it as a large file and then minimize it. It'll make it less blurry. We don't want to have a blurry piece of trust badge. Takes away the trust. Okay. Overall, Perrine, you also had very, very good rhetoric here. Okay. One thing I noticed is you had a lot of blockiness. Okay. A lot of blockiness. What we could do here is, for example, in this spacing right here, you could put a small image of the product being used or something like this. Okay. But different in here. You don't want to have too much blockiness. You want to split up the actual blockiness by every few paragraphs. Okay. When you have a massive, massive block of or wall of text, what you're going to be noticing is drop off and bounce rate going up. Okay. So you don't want to have block text because people are going to look at it, get overwhelmed, especially because it's an impulse buy and leave the store. So in between here, please add a little image and make it congruent with spacing as well. Okay. Now, these types of images are very, very good, especially for products like these. I just don't like how sometimes they are a bit blurry like they are. So when that happens, please make them smaller for me. So they go ahead and kind of condense the pixelation and it looks less blurry. Okay. Because blurry kills conversion, especially on ads, but also on landing pages. Okay. Now, overall, I like what you have here as well, but you need to use the bolding and italics feature a bit more. Okay. Just like I said in my original point, having blocky text like this with no kind of clear differentiation of proper points or differentiation of detail is going to leave people very, very overwhelmed and having them drop off. No one wants to read all this text. Okay. But if you go ahead and put, some boldness on the important actual letterings and important phrases and italics on some of the important phrases as well, it'll look less intimidating. And you'll notice that if you download hotjar.com or Lucky Orange, you'll have a lot more people scrolling to the bottom and actually reading your landing page when you do it this way. Okay. So for all my guys and gals who actually don't have Hotjar or Lucky Orange, please get it. Okay. And start utilizing it to see what people are doing on your actual website. It's super, super important. Now, with that being said as well, this is also a small bit pixelated. Okay. As you can see, I like to see it's a bit smaller or you finding higher quality assets to put on a landing page. Okay. One slightly blurry image on a landing page won't kill you, but having consistent blurriness on landing pages will kill you. Okay. So you want to make sure you have that change as well. And also these are very, very good. These do well as long as you can speed optimize your site thereafter. Okay. It's important to speed optimize your site after you're done perfecting the landing page. Okay. Because you want to go ahead and make it as fast as possible. Don't do it in the beginning because if you change a bunch of stuff after, you'll have to go ahead and do a re-speed optimization. So I'd highly recommend to go ahead and get this how you like it and then do a speed optimization after, especially with these, because these tend to take up a lot of actual back end. Okay. And same thing here, Perrine. Definitely looks very good. I like what you have. I would like to see bold, italics, and also some images used more in the, intricate lines in between each of these paragraphs. Okay. This is going to make it easier for your consumers to read and really be consistent throughout the entirety of the time. Very, very important here. with that being said, the add to cart button should read buy it now. Okay, it should read buy it now. We've split tested this many, many, many times. And I also have talked to my buddies about this who also have their own brands. And yes, buy it now works better than add to cart from our circle. Okay, so please use buy it now. Also, the trust badge is a bit blurry. You might want to go ahead and re-upload it and make it large and then compress it like we just talked about. Okay, color white. Okay, that's totally, you can leave that as is. What I'd recommend doing is having a variant selector for quantity toward the top, if you could, as well, Houston. Okay, I like the quote you have here at the top. That's fine. Okay, awaken the way nature intended. Okay, this is actually a pretty cool product. Okay, evenly aligned space. Well, no, you don't have evenly aligned spacing here. This needs to be more congruent with this text. I'm more comfortable with this spacing than this spacing. Okay, so please make this less space, please. Okay, overall, this is proper structure for your benefits. Good. Okay, this is a good relatable story. I mean, a good pitch and intro. Okay, then we have 5 to 8 benefits. Very, very good. Then we have a video. Okay, this should be a testimonial video. You're going to basically be showing them the same video that they probably watch on the ad video. So please make this a testimonial video. Okay, you could show this in the beginning for like the first 4 seconds, but I need to have human people talking in here. Okay, this needs to be at least like 2 to 3 people talking about their experience while using it. They're less stressed, they have less anxiety, they have better sleep, they have more energy, they feel better during the day, they're able to get more work done, they're able to go ahead and feel better. Okay, all of these things, especially when you're dealing with sleep, you could really, really knock yourself out with some good benefits on this. So this should not be an issue to get some testimonial videos on this. Okay, so we're gonna have to do a big change here. So I like that this is a relatable story. That's good, but you need to have more context here. Okay, this should be a lot more in depth. Okay, I'd also recommend having more images of the product. I get this is what it is, but I want to see you have actual more legitimate images in the bottom of the description here that showcase the product being used for more than one person in more than one setting. Okay, differentiation of setting is massively important as well. Different images will resonate with different people, okay? And having just one image at the top and not showing it again is not going to cut it. So your relatable story needs to be much more in depth, okay? Maybe another like double this, I would say. I'd also, make this much smaller and put it toward the bottom underneath the satisfaction guarantee. Okay, this should also be in bolding, okay, and whatnot. This should be definitely be in bolding, and you just need more context here, okay? Because you don't really have much text at all explaining why this is such a good thing to buy. Okay, you could talk about how ever since cavemen, we've been waking up to the sunrise, and it's just built into our natural infrastructure, our natural equilibrium as humans, that waking up by sunlight is going to be a lot more consistent and better for you as a human being. And I guarantee you could find studies on that, because I'm pretty sure that is actually true, by the way. Okay, so you need to go ahead and include more studies into here. Okay, I see no statistics in here whatsoever, and basically this product is a layup for statistics, a smart sunrise alarm clock, okay, a layup for statistics, okay? So you need to include that more in the intro, and even include it more into the relatable story as well. You need to also populate reviews, okay? You don't ever want to have a review app without any reviews in it, because that's going to do more harm than it will good. This should also be removed as well, okay? Because you are probably not BBB accredited, okay? So I definitely want this removed. Please, it's also blurry. It's not going to increase conversion either way. This is all you really need. It looks a lot better. Okay, so first and foremost, this is a bit too small, okay? And on mobile is what really matters, okay? So if it looks good on mobile, that's okay, but I would recommend changing it on desktop, because you still will get like 20% conversion on desktop. Okay, so please just make this a little bit more spaced out from the top as well, and center align it with the buy now button. What you might want to do here is move the buy now button under the quantity button and make the buy now button longer, the same length as the trust badge. It'll look a lot more congruent and look a lot better as well. Okay. Another thing also is for the reviews. I like how you have 4 stars, but I would recommend you make it 5 stars, okay? I like the number of reviews that you have here. Just please make it so it shows 5 stars, okay? Now, with this being said as well, you don't really need this, okay? You don't really need this. This is a feature that's also in the Gecko theme. Once you have this, you don't need this. So please remove this if you could. Okay, this is a nice little, I totally love it. I wake up feeling fresh every morning after sleeping on it. M&T, okay, that's good. It looks totally fine here. Again, though, you do have consistent spacing, Max, which is, look how much better it looks. Okay. Very, very nice. Okay. So first and foremost, this is good. I like how you have a little header here. You start off the actual front portion pitch with a video. Let's take a look.
Talk about the benefits of sleeping on a silk pillowcase. So this will prevent fine lines and wrinkles. This will also help to retain moisture into your skin as well. So I don't know.
Yeah. So overall, I like this if it's the same person the entire way. Okay. Now, one thing you could do here, Max, as well, is if you find a few different videos that you want to use, you could kind of cut and clip them and put them into like a 30-second montage of them saying their most highlighted portions of the entire video. So instead of having a 3-minute video on here, that's going to kind of slow down your site a little bit. I'd recommend to, this is good, definitely good start. I want you to kind of have a shorter video with, her, maybe 2 more people as well that are just sharing their experiences in like a 30-second to a minute clip on the landing page. And that's what you'd have here instead. Does that make sense, Max? Yeah. Now we have Celine luxury pillowcases are handmade. Okay. Your copy is you're very good at writing, Max, by the way. Okay. This is nice. Your spacing is congruent. What I'm noticing is a lot of the same kind of auras in these pictures. It looks very, very luscious. You have very high quality photos, which is very nice. I would recommend splitting this up though to kind of 2 different ideas because this looks a bit bulky in my opinion. Okay, so split this up for me. Okay, this looks very, very good. Okay, notice the congruency here, guys. Look at the congruency in the spacing and how he's utilizing bolding and italics from time to time as well. Okay, it looks very, it looks very good. Okay, now for this, I'd also recommend splitting this up, maybe from here down, splitting it up, okay? Because anything that's like bulky like this is going to be overwhelming and will cause people to scroll past and not read, and that's, not good for you. You want them to read every line on this landing page, okay? So split this up. Overall, very nice, small little specifications, proper. This should be 5 stars. Overall, this looks really, really good, man. I would just like to see a bit more context in the intro, okay? So, I'm assuming that this is kind of capitalizing on this as is this, okay, which is good, but separate this and add a bit more context to where it's a bit shorter, like here and here if possible as well, okay? Get a good night's sleep and wake up fresh without dry skin or frizzed hair, okay? I'd like to walk them through a bit of the science as to how this works and whatnot as well, okay? Because obviously when you're using a differentiated material, people are gonna wanna know that using this material is gonna be better for their skin, their hair and whatnot. And oftentimes when you are using differentiated material, there will be health benefits to sleeping on stuff like this compared to other portions, okay? So please include more health benefits as well and include that into the actual context in your intro. What is up, guys? Hopefully you watched that entire video. And if you're watching this, you definitely did. You definitely have some incredible hacks to increase your landing page conversion rate and to just make money, plain and simple, on your store. So guys, be sure to like the video, subscribe as well, and I'll see you in the next video.